So taxonomic and phylogenetic analysis of aquatic fungi contribute to what we have current understanding of what the classification of aquatic fungi. It's the advent, the incorporation of molecular data in the morphological characters of aquatic fungi has actually resulted in a modern classification system for kingdom fungi. And now, last 2011, mycologists convened for a one fungus, one name concept. It means that there is no like dual nomenclature already, but and only have one species name for a particular fungi. This is very true. For example, Penicillium and Aspergillus. Penicillium is the anamorphic or the asexual stage, and the Penicillium is the sexual or the telomorphic stage. And mycologists wanted, like, it's very difficult when you run phylogenetic analysis and there's a Penicillium, another clade is Penicillium. So why not name them as one? Because they are a sexual and a sexual morph of each other. So they choose Penicillium, the same stage also with Aspergillus. Neosartoria is the sexual morph. Aspergillus is the asexual morph, and they choose priority, the rule of priority. They choose the Aspergillus because Aspergillus is very important, in nature, ecologically and medically. So they choose Aspergillus. But usually, if, for example, there's a cases also that mycologists choose the sexual morph form rather than the sexual morph form. But it's case-to-case basis, and there's a lot of criteria for that one. And there are a lot of published work and rule for the naming of fungi and for choosing what name, the classification you should use. So these are the new species that I introduced. I will not discuss them one by one, but I just wanted to share with you that you can do it also if we have a good enough funding and good enough supervision. Okay, so this is interesting. I just wanted to share. This one, which we will publish soon under proofreading. This is Pseudophyalocephala humicula. This species was considered in Leiotsumicetes long time ago. This is Phyalocephala clade because Pseudophyalocephala was formerly known as Phyalocephala ubicula. But when we did run the analysis, we observed that the placement of Phyalocephala ubicula was not on the Phyalocephala clade in Leiotsumicetes. Leiotsumicetes is a class of Ascomycota. When we ran a big tree, we found out that Phyalocephala humicula clustered with Chaetospiralis and different class, Sordariomycetes. So we introduced a new genus, Pseudophyalocephala, and synonymize all the taxa that clade with the Pseudophyalocephala. So yeah, so here are the synonymized or transferred taxa. And I found out that there is a species from our group that was formerly known as Phyalocephala humicula, but I told him that maybe your species from previously known as P. humicula is a new. So we observed the specimen again and obtained the molecular data. Because it has a very different conidial morphology, we introduced this as a new species and supported by molecular data. This is very basal to other species of Pseudophyalocephala. See, this is globus to subglobus. And this one is like cuboidal, rhomboidal, rhizoid sometimes. And see, it's like a triangle. Very different. And another one, this genus doesn't have molecular data, and I found in a freshwater habitat. This is Mycointerlobium aquadetusporium. We place it in Pleosporales, but it's in Certae sedis because it's very different when it comes to morphological details to Testudinaceae. So we introduce this one in inserting studies Pleiosporales, but we will obtain more data and we can introduce perhaps new family because it's very different from Testudinaceae. So let's see for that one. And for the phylogenetic analysis, there are different studies of freshwater fungi and marine fungi. When it comes to Sordariomycete, this is a class of Ascomycota in freshwater habitat. My senior, Weidong, have a monograph, not a monograph, but all the morphological and whole phylogenetic analysis of that class. Dothidiomycete, Sordariomycete Zonglong is also my senior. They have this whole class phylogenetic analysis of Sordariomycetes and Dothidiomycetes. Currently, we updated the families of Sordariomycetes. You can access the publication, Refined Families of Sordariomycetes. This is very important when you want to know the different placements and the updates from the previous families of Sordariomycetes last 2013. And Dr. Hong Sanan also published refined families of the Dothidiomycetes that will be a reference also when it comes to the taxonomic classification of this class. For the marine fungi, we have different revision also. So you can, we incorporate this one to the refined families of Sordaria and Dothidium. So you can check the publication and you can see how beautiful aquatic fungi and other terrestrial fungi also in this paper.